Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a quick little look at The Reaper's Due, the newest expansion DLC for Crusader Kings 2. Actually, this is a pre-release preview here, because I'm not playing the final version, it's not quite out yet, and standard disclaimers apply. Things may change by the time you guys get your hands on it. But the big thing with The Reaper's Due is that it does introduce the Black Death. Actually, the expansion itself, as well as the associated patch, have a lot of changes associated to them, and we'll go through those in a moment. But yeah, the Black Plague is the biggest thing. You can see here the save that was provided to me has us hearing about some sort of epidemic that is spreading from the Far East, or has erupted in the Far East. But, you know, we're way off here. We're this green kingdom of Muvu. I'm sure it won't affect us in any way whatsoever. We don't have to worry about it. And anyway, Plague only gets the weak, so that should be okay for us. So here's the world, and if we switch to the new Epidemics mode, boop, over here, or pop up with this little flag, we can find out about the epidemics that are spreading around. We can see that there's slow fever and consumption and smallpox. Here's some consumption over here. Camp fever, smallpox, slow fever right over here, more camp fever. But then indeed, far in the east is something people are calling the Black Death. But I'm sure we don't have to worry about that reaching us. That's going to be okay. And just in case it does, one of the things we can highlight right away is the new title of Court Physician that is available here. This is someone who will try to see to the health of everyone in your court. You know, probably has buckets of leeches to help bleed us, or something of that nature. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in epidemic mode and mostly set it to speed 5 and just let her rip. We're gonna try to deal with as few events as possible, and read some of the patch changes. There we go. We can see the Black Plague spreading. It likes to spread along rivers. It likes to spread around coasts. It likes to spread along trade lines as much as possible, up the Silk Road, for example. And it indeed is spreading very, very aggressively. If we look at some of the other diseases, like the camp fever over here, you can see that it does spread a little as well, but nowhere close to the velocity of the spread of the Black Death, which is just ravaging along the coast over here. Let's become temperate, or lose temperate. Maybe I don't know. We don't have time for reading. We're just letting this go fast forward. I like how the Black Death does skip along the routes, and then it does backfill from adjacency, but it really works hard on those rivers. Gain piety. I don't want to be cynical or stressed. Let's go ahead and do that. Open council positions. We need an advisor. We'll just you. Congratulations, you're an advisor. Wonderful. All right, Black Death spreading very, very well. Before it reaches us, or I don't know, maybe when it reaches us, we'll go and have a bit of a discussion about some new features. Oh, the prosperity of, do you pronounce it Worcester or Worcester? Depends, because I know that things spelt like that in the, I want to say in the U.S., they've got a place called Worcester that is spelt like this, but I think Worcester, I don't know, Worcester? Could be that too. What? I'm an infirm. That's going to make the disease modeling a little bit more tricksy. How old am I? 54. Ugh, that's not good. Yeah, become kind. Huh. Well, that's going to be fun. Anyway, let's see if we can't find Worcester? Damn it, I wish I knew how the Brits pronounced it. Right over here. So this province is now considered to be more prosperous. And we can see there's a lot of extra little traits over here. This province has a level 2 hospital, which is granting it a 19% resistance to disease and a minor protection against depopulation. It's also prospering right now, which decreases its revolt risk, gives us more taxes, does lower disease resistance though, because I assume more prosperous provinces have more people that flock to it, more immigrants, and they bring disease. It also gives us a boost to levy reinforcement rate. A prolonged period of peace and shrewd management has caused this county to prosper. Prosperity will increase with time, but will be hampered by negative province modifiers, war, disease, and sieges. Construct hospitals and keep the province clear of hostile armies to ensure that the county continues to prosper. So that's quite good. You know, many Paradox games are obviously about warfare, and Crusader Kings 2 is very much so as well. But the prosperity system does give you a little bit more of a bonus to keeping your realm stable and at peace. I also like these meals over here. This the province of Warwick has booming, which is what I believe is what's going on here. The sacks of grain is Level 1 Prosperous. The whole feast over here is level 3. I wonder if there's one to demonstrate what level 2 is. Doesn't look like it. Oh, level 2 here. We've got grains and a cart. This is actually set to be my crown focus. You can set, if you are a duke or above, you can set a province to be your crown focus, which increases the rate at which prosperity is gained. So that's excellent. Actually, let's take a look. The level 3. What's the level 3 bonus over here? Ooh, build time, build cost modifiers, revolt risk, a lot more taxes, increased supply limit. That and 60% levy reinforcement rate is pretty sick. And yeah, we've got hospitals over here which we can upgrade. So we've got the court physician, we've got hospitals, we've got the new disease mechanic. Because really, like, disease was such a massive thing. Obviously, the Black Death gets the most attention. But first of all, smallpox is a disease that killed, like, the most humans ever in the history of all time. It just didn't do it quite as quickly and suddenly as the Black Death, for example. But, you know, measles are bad. Consumptions are bad. Wow, consumption is spreading like crazy over here. And what is this? That's the slow fever, right? Dull pain begins to throb behind my ears. Aha! Excellent! We get to show off the new sickness system. No. The new sickness system over here. I have a headache. There's no more simply becoming ill. Instead, you become sick first. To use my trouble, this is my court physician. I clicked through one of these already. He's consulted the stars before draining a good portion of your blood. See, I told you we'd get bled. And it's giving me 0.5 health for 2 years. 2 years of bonus health. That's actually really substantial to increase your lifespan. In Crusader Kings 2, any bonus to health is massively influential. Unfortunately, we're still getting iller. We've also developed malaise. So, being infirm doesn't help. So, the headache is a penalty of half a health. Malaise is a penalty of 0.75 health. So, that's why you need to offset it by... Ooh, prosperity. That's why you need to offset it by having your court physician. Really important over here. He's what, level 14? We don't have someone better, do we? No, we don't. You can no longer ignore the irritation in your throat. You begin to violently cough. So, now we've developed a cough as well. And at some point, these symptoms will either start to go away or will develop into a full-blown disease. We are going to seek treatment for our illness. He thinks my symptoms may point to cancer. He insists you follow his instructions. Oh, very well. Oh, come on. My physician spent many hours studying the stars before informing me that in order for your strength to return, you had to fast for the better half of a fortnight. I'm so glad I hired him. I gotta fast? No, man. Feed me. So there we go. There's all my treatments. Oh, Lover's Memento as well. Ooh, nice. Religious Studies. Owns a holy relic. Well, good for me. Meanwhile, the Black Death is killing absolutely everyone along the way. The symptoms which have troubled you lately were a sign of something much worse. You have cancer. So I'm going to lose all these subtraits, but instead gain just flat-out cancer. So that... I'm gonna say that that's probably bad. We think that's bad? Yeah, that's probably bad. My physician has come to see me, offers treatment. He explains there's several different types of treatment he can offer. My life in your hands will perform an experimental treatment. The outcome of this treatment can be extreme. The risk of this treatment will vary depending on his capabilities. Or perform some more tested treatment. There's a chance the treatment has negative effects. The risk of this treatment will vary depending on his capabilities. Or these treatments sound scary. Prefer to be left to my own devices. I will become craven. I'm going to go for the full experimental treatment. Do whatever you think you have to, doctor. What could possibly go wrong? He made me drink a draft of poppy before strapping you down on his operating table. You almost dozed off while he prepared his instruments. When he raised the scalpel towards your eye, you fell wide awake. I'm sorry, my lord, but we must remove the root of the problem. Curses! May Lucifer strike him down. Oh, I gained the trait one-eyed. I gained the trait severely injured. And I hate him, because I consider him to be a traitor. Because he cut out my eye. He did get... Nope, I still have cancer. I still have cancer. So I think he done goofed. I'm severely injured, and I am one-eyed. Excellent. This does tie into the idea, though. One of the new changes with... Oh, I've died. Yeah, I died of cancer. So be it. He's my regent. Council's discontent. Excellent. You know what? We're gonna get overthrown before we ever ever get to experience the Black Death in our particular kingdom. So we're going to try to read through some of these DLC features and patch changes, depending on how many pop-ups are. So again, I will just keep clicking some buttons over here. So yes, the symptom system, you don't just become ill, you get your symptoms, and then they'll either pass or develop into a full-blown disease. We'll see. The court physician. New death screams, that's very exciting and very appropriate. The epidemics that can spread along the Silk Road. They're more likely to spread to rich and coastal provinces while being less likely to spread to poor inland areas. They will cause depopulation on provinces even after it has died out, reducing tax incomes, levy, garrison sizes, and supply limits. The Black Death is larger and more deadly and gets a chance of major outbreak to occur 200 years into the game, regardless of start date. After a major outbreak has happened, the disease becomes endemic and may break out again, but likely on a smaller scale. Ooh, India is ravaged by the plague. Well, no kidding. It's like India and beyond. This thing really does spread very, very aggressively. The prosperity system, which we're talking about. Oh, ways to defend against epidemics. Seclusion of a character's court in his castle, or building hospitals, which is a new holding type similar to trading post or fort, to increase the disease defense level. The prosperity system, as opposed to depopulation, provinces which have not been besieged, raided, or ravaged by disease for a long time will begin to prosper. I lost my place by hitting that button. And gain certain bonuses, such as extra tax income and faster replenishment of levies. Independent dukes or higher can set one of their domain provinces to be their crown focus for additional yearly income and events. And remember how fast this is spreading. I'm only on speed 3, right? It's like every week, this is jumping province to province to province. It's really quite impressive, or maybe every month. There it is. It really is making its way up to us quite rapidly. There's new narrative events, such as the rise of a prophet of doom, a general belief that the dead have returned to walk the earth and attack the living, or panic based on a solar eclipse, or the quest for eternal life. There are new maim traits, one-handed, one-legged, one-eyed, which we just saw, disfigured or mangled to replace the generic maimed, and some associate portrait frames. The health penalty for most of these traits is replaced by a severely injured trait with penalties, but will be lost after some time has passed. Alright, cool. I like that. New targeted decisions. Recruit prisoners. Ask vassals individually to end their wars with each other. Ask characters to leave their court, and ask their vassals to return to Gavelkind succession. There are 50 new nicknames. There are more interactions with prisoners. Humiliate, torture, mutilate. Read them bad poetry. What are we, Vogons? And consume if we are cannibal. 31 execution methods, including hanging, crushing, sawing, and bear. Reactions to events, to the deaths of lovers, friends, and rivals, and also events around cats, because obviously that is the most important part of any game. So those are all the expansion features, but the patch itself brings a slew of changes. The call to arms system has been revamped. The automatic call of allies into war, which was introduced in patch 2.5, has been reverted. You can decline the call, but has very serious circumstances. The new map mode for diseases, the revised succession screen, decisions for defensive pagans, new traits for Germanic pagans, Norse shield maiden warrior women as bodyguards or commanders, more female advisor options. Flanders is now part of the Kingdom of France. Stupid sexy Flanders. Bishop will no longer... Yeah, we're just going to keep ignoring those events. Tweaks for Nomads of the Horse Lords expansion, so that pillage is a toggle rather than action. Ooh, yeah, that is actually really handy. I love it. That does make things easier. Nomad agitation. Silk Road has been updated and expanded to add a new branch. Character Finder, new icons to indicate whether characters will move to your court if they're outside of diplomatic range. That is stupendously useful. Thank you very much. There's a continue button on the launcher to load directly into your latest save game. I did notice that. It's kind of interesting. I guess saves you a couple of steps. And here is a big one. A combination of game optimizations resulting in a 30 to 50% speed improvement with far smaller annoying pauses. Middle East ravaged by plagues. Yep, alright, everything sucks. Cool. Yeah, because I think the longer... Persia. Because I think if we take one of these provinces, I think the longer it's affected... Yeah, so if we look at one of the provinces that was just recently hit over here, for example, right? Treviso is still prospering. I'm going to go up to speed 5, which will be a good way to show off the new speed. Unpause. Look how fast this is going to rip through. So the only problem is it's going to pause when we have events. The longer Treviso is going to be affected by this plague, it's going to lose prospering. Keep clicking. There we go. And it's going to become depopulated and become worse and worse and worse over time. Not only that, but obviously, ooh, fires. There we go. See, minor depopulation going on over here. And here as well. Ooh, the Reaper is actually sitting in this province altogether. So their prosperity traits will change over time. Oh my god, it spread through France. No! It's made it into our territory! You can shut the gates. There we go. When an epidemic is threatening your court, you can shut the gate. Characters in conclusion will have a hard time communicating with the outside world, but should avoid infection from outside sources. We're going to do that. Shut the gate. We'll get the secluded with courtiers, giving the following effects. -5 to our diplomacy. Boom. Some commoners have already gathered outside your guards. As your guards start closing the gate. A decisive thump silences the curious chatter coming from the other side. Seal it. So do we have a cool icon for that? Secluded with courtiers. Diplomacy -5. We can reopen it if we want. We should probably fill some of these positions. I'm just going to, pick whoever's at the top list. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong by clicking randomly? We still have our court physician. He's the person responsible for maiming my father, which isn't great. In Intrigue, there is a button to look for a new court physician, but it requires that we don't currently have one. I mean, we could fire him, but we'll leave it. The Pope has the most wicked lifestyle. That is really tragic. Oh, there we go. We've got a pile of bodies. They just spawned in at the start of the month here. So, the penalty. No hospital in this country. Okay, so yeah, we don't have depopulation yet, but we don't have a hospital here, which is why it's spreading so quickly. Loud complaints have become less frequent. Instead, an unbearable stench is now coming from the other side of the wall. It appears that as a way of showing disapproval, commoners have started leaving all their dead in a big pile just outside the gates. What? What? Guards will clear out the bodies, or we can leave them be. Cannot risk infection. It'll upset everyone. Now, guards, go ahead. Go get rid of the smell. Africa has been ravaged by the plague. Oh, damn. Look at the Black Death. Has it literally reached everywhere? Oh, no, it started to fade back here. It started to fade. Probably it, can't kill anything else. Childhood focus? Whatever. That. That's an education focus. This. Go be that. Southern Europe ravaged by plague. Let's zoom in onto our territory again and look at all the piles of dead body accumulating. It's worth noting that Warwick over here, despite the fact that the Black Death is here, is still booming. And that's probably greatly credited to its level 3 hospital. In fact, here we are still prospering. Here we're still prospering as well. But over here, well, we're not. And I suspect we're probably going to get a tick of depopulation after this runs for a little bit longer. Hasn't struck yet, but it can't possibly be good. There we go. So we've got some depopulation here, despite a level 2 hospital. 20% penalty to levy size, taxes, supply limit goes down by 2, garrison size 20%, and that's on top of the supply reduction from the Black Death itself. Black Death is worth 4 decrease in your supply, and the extra -2 from the minor depopulation, which can happen from all kinds of things, right? Including war, being sieged out, which I think is great. Ooh, the court chaplain has brought you troubling news. Words are spreading of the worship of Lucifer, or the root of the terrible epidemic. Lucifer, I knew it had to be him. It's the only possible explanation. What are we going to believe? That tiny little microscopic animals are running around through our bodies? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Lucifer done it. We're going to look into this rumors. Horrifying news, investigate this for me. Or there's no such thing as warlocks and witches. Go ahead, investigate it, please. Gonna make the bishop happy because I took his advice, but all my domain provinces will get peasant unrest for 10 years. 10% revolt risk? Or, if I don't do it, it's peasant crisis, which gets worse. Okay, so we'll take this route. It might lead to worse things. I don't know. The bishop has brought me an alarming amount of people who claim to have witnessed the abomination of witchcraft. If you are to believe their accounts, the allies of the devil are many and pose a great threat to your realm. I totally believe it. After all, I'm 4 years old. Find the sinners before it's too late. I would send them out to find witches and wizards. Get everyone to watch for it. I already have my suspicions. Ooh, I could denounce someone. Nice. Well, I'm only 4. I haven't grown to hate anyone yet. I'm just going to have the court chaplain go out and hunt people down. Oh, an earl has died. We can grant some titles as well. Council position, let's get a new advisor. Ooh, not you. You hate me way too much. Let's go ahead and give it to you. And we've got our court physician still. What's the commander of Mumu? I love that name, by the way. Yeah, we've got lots of room for commanders. And then just not enough commanders, so that's fine. Court Eunuch, Court Dwarf, Court Jester, Keeper of the Swans. I mean, we could try to make some friends. But no, that's not what we're here for. We're here to just watch the world burn. So let's zoom out and see. Alright, so the Black Death has mostly finished its ravaging. Let's take a look at Treviso, right? Which had been still prospering for a while. No, now it's at significant depopulation. Although, because it's so severely depopulated, its disease resistance went up. There's no one there anymore. So how are you going to keep getting sick? It's not really possible. So I believe I am... This is no longer say ruling in blah blah blah. Go to location. Yeah, okay. So I am here. And how's this province? It's got the Black Plague. It's got depopulation. Ooh, this is my physician. Has brought me some distressing news. He is certain that Gaithan is a warlock. He claims to have seen Gaithan talking to himself in strange tongue, and also informs you of several incidents where he assaulted other members of the court. Oh, he's a lunatic. So this is not wrong. You must be right. I will have him imprisoned. I mean, we're in a panic. Western Europe ravaged by the plague. From the Rock of Gibraltar to the ports of London, the plague has been spreading, harvesting lives of nobles and farmers alike. Countryside of the afflicted areas have been left haunting and desolate. Here and there, pyres from the burning of the disease can be seen from miles away. After a thorough investigation, the bishop has come to the conclusion that Hearthgate is most likely the warlock in your court. Oh! He's possessed! Okay. All right. He has been seen talking to himself in strange languages, and a few poor souls have been assaulted by him. You're right. He must be imprisoned. So, we're supposed to have more interactions with these guys now. So, what do we've got? Throw him in the oubliette, put on house arrest, excommunicate him. I mean, I think we should execute him, right? Ooh, tyrannical. Can I just throw him in the oubliette? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Boop. Scared of him. What is this? Oh, went away too fast. Oh, court physician has completely botched the treatment of my sister's disease. She only had the flu. What did you do? She's even worse off than before, barely clinging to life. I am expected to punish him for his transgression. What would be a suitable punishment? Let's go ahead and... You know what? He hasn't cured this plague either. Let's throw him in the dungeon. And presumably... we need a new court physician. So I'm going to go to the intrigue screen and recruit him. I can't? Why not? Oh, I can only look for a physician every 3 years, but that's okay. Any courtier or vassal. It seems like I should be able to right now, doesn't it? It says it's because someone is a court physician. But they're not. He's in prison. Maybe if we wait a month. Sure, accept. Dear brother, oh, I've been assigned as a new regent. That's okay. Unmarried heir, sure, just marry some guy. You, him, marry him. Try to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words beginning to get me. I just want to... Oh, I don't want to become Craven. Alright. I can open the gate and come out of seclusion. The common people will remember his neglect for some time. So I'll still get a -10 general opinion for a full year. Let's do it. I don't want to become Craven. The gates have been open. Oh, there we go. Recruit a court physician. Hope I don't have to wait long. Thank you very much. Let's do that. So I should get a pop-up for it at some point. Ooh, the Rangers report of an erudite herbalist that resides in a hut in the outskirts of the nearby town. The herbalist, named Abner, with his 16 learning, seems eager to accept the offer of becoming your personal physician and has prepared an immense bundle of strange herbs to be delivered to the court should he be accepted. Ah, yes, herbal remedies sound good. We're going to pay him 10 bucks. He's going to like us a little bit more, and he's going to become my court physician. There he is. And I never fell ill, which is good. Did abandon the commoners. Judgment Day has arrived. It's time to deal with those who have consorted with Satan and threatened your realm. Oh, there's Hearthgate and Gaitan, I suppose. Gaitan? I don't know. Yes, light the pyres. We've got a... I don't remember what it was. A warlock and something else was the idea. But, light the pyres. Boom! Burn, burn. Disco Inferno. It's the lunatic and the possessed person. The peasants in a county are complaining about Stuart Bishop's arbitrariness. Oh, they feel he doesn't really understand the concept of rules and laws. Oh yeah, he is arbitrary. And apparently I'm just going to say they shouldn't be bothering me about it. Why would I do anything? That seems crazy. We can issue a new commander. There we are. After being skillfully treated by the court physician, aha! Abner, my sister, feels much better. Thank you. Perhaps he's deserving of some pay, some praise. I should compensate him. Here, have a gold. She has the plague. Oh shit. See, I've avoided actually gaining the plague, but yeah, +2 health from the successful treatment is really good. Help to offset this. And I mean, it's also +2 to all these stats, but it's just offsetting the penalty from this. So she still is at -5 health from her base. So that's still really bad. Ew, she's got boils all over her face. Disgusting. Looks like precautions you took paid off. There's been very little talk of witchcraft during the last week and no accusations. While you never know for certain if those prosecuted were to blame with the epidemic, at least everyone seems relieved. Damn right. Hospital be damned. Everyone's getting minor depopulation. This is my other sister, the one who had the flu. Although, she does have the plague. I still haven't gotten the plague, right? No, I still have not gotten the plague, thank goodness. Let's get a new court chaplain, that's fine. Special character actions available. Oh, I could go into hiding. Oh no, I just got sick. I have cramps. Oh no. Is someone planning to kill me? Greatly improve my seclusion. Known plots. Is that me? Oh yeah, someone wants to kill me. The princess. Who's this? My sister wants to kill me! Alright, let's go into hiding. Plus, the disease is still around, so it seems like a good idea. Abner is pretty sure I'm developing consumption. He insists that I follow his instructions. Oh no! In order to bring balance to your humors, Abner has made you drink salty water to induce vomiting. It was very effective. I'm not sure that did anything. So I'm in hiding. I got my cramps. One moment you're shivering, the next you're sweating. You feel awful all over. So now I'm going to get the fever. Abner thinks it's quite likely I have rabies. What? Okay. What disease do I have, buddy? Is it consumption? Is it rabies? I probably have the plague. To combat your fever, Abner wrapped you in wet pieces of linen cloth, hoping to relieve the worst of the heat. I'm not sure it did anything. Oh, man. Although you can't quite put a finger on what's wrong, you don't feel quite right. I have general malaise. And now he thinks I have pneumonia. So he's going to drain some of my blood. Oh, minor symptom treatment. So some of it worked. Oh, my swollen limbs have blackened and burst, spewing out blood and pus. I have contracted the plague. So it is 100% certain I have the bubonic plague at this point. So -3 to all stats. -7 health. Am I going to die from the plague? I don't know at this point. I'm very nervous. It's still ravaging everything over here. It is clearing itself up over. But, of course, it was the last to reach us. Eastern Europe ravaged by plague. Oh, not sure how it happened, but your skin has returned to a healthy color, and the abscesses are gone. It would seem you have survived the plague. Yes! I'm unkillable! And then I'm going to get executed by my sister. Who is, I believe, also my regent. And my heir, right? She's my heir and my regent. So it's that much easier for her to kill me. Oh, auto stop plots. Should probably turn that on. I don't think it's gonna stick. Oh, it did! I can come out of hiding, because no one's plotting to kill me. Hooray! How do I do that? Come out of hiding. Boom. Wonderful! We still have the plague. We can shut the gates again, but we're not gonna do that. Let's get a new chaplain. Childhood focus. Let's just pick something. Sure, humility, that's fine. And again, our commanders keep cycling because I think people are dying pretty aggressively from this plague. But not me! No, nothing can kill me. Epidemics. Still spreading like mad. But we survived it. And assuming that this is modeled accurately, I should now be immune to it at this point. So, presumably, I won't have that happen again. Well, this is probably going to bring us to the end of this particular little quick try. We don't have enough time to do a let's play of this at this time, but I am impressed by the performance, the game performance a lot. Again, if we go to speed 5 and we just start clicking on things, click, 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 you can see that it does rip through a lot. Even that end of month time, which is normally when you hit that like 5-second pause, is a lot faster. And really, while it is nice to optimize play, oh look, the plague is leaving our territory. Wonderful. While it is nice to optimize play at speed 5, what it's also particularly useful for is for people on slower computers, so that when they're running on speed 2 or 3, you know, a normal speed, it doesn't chug along too brutally. It actually moves at a proper clip. So that's really exciting. They did a few different ways. They have their algorithm tweaked to more aggressively cull useless people in the world. So I mean, that sounds cool. But there's a lot of, you know, extra little courtiers and random peasants and things like that that get simulated when you look at the list of characters over here that literally didn't matter and weren't influential, and so they cut it a little bit more. There's still something like 30,000 people in the database in the mid game, but it's a little bit more focused. In addition to that, apparently they've just changed the way that some of the things are processed, optimized some things, added a little bit more multi-threading, which is really exciting. An honest day's work. All right. Apparently, I was cleaning the roof. Excellent. Developed some humidity. Humidity? Yes. Humility is what I meant to say. Uh-oh. My regent has arranged for me to tour the nearby countryside and visit your subjects living there. As you enter a dense forest, your escort mysteriously melts into the brush, and you are left to fend for yourself. 80% chance of returning to civilization, such as it is, or 20% chance of dying. I was going to say, if I die, this is a perfect way to wrap this up. Also, there is this new succession screen over here. I gave up the ghost at age 8. I died under suspicious circumstances, although not especially blessed. We hope Elgus will find peace after life. And now I'm a queen. Excellent! A queen that is totally not a kinslayer. I'm okay. Everything is fine. Nothing to worry about. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.